back to David. So when David became so prosperous, he started having pride. So this is the time he decided not to go to battle when he was supposed to. And when he stayed, he actually was walking around the kingdom and he saw Bathsheba taking a bath and he was attracted to her and he decided to have her. So when he brought her in and he had her, she later became pregnant and she told him, I am pregnant now. But that time Uriah was at battle, so he couldn't be responsible for the pregnancy. So David tried to have Uriah responsible for the pregnancy and brought him from the battle. But Uriah refused to go and marry all others at battle. So David decided to send Uriah with his death sentence in the hand. Imagine how cruel that was. But Uriah was so faithful that he went with the letter without even opening it, and he was killed at the battle field. When Uriah was killed, David decided to take in Bathsheba and have him as he wished. So now when David took in Bathsheba, people started gossiping, and that made a rebuke to God's name, and people got a way to escape. Like when they sin, they say actually David sinned and he was spared. And even now you see that there are so many people who take this sin of adultery as something that can be taken lightly because of what David did. But God was not silent about it. He punished David. He decided that the son whom they got from that adultery should be killed, and he was killed. And actually when you read, the Bible does say that the death of the child was even more painful to David than if it was his own death. So David was punished for that sin. And then my main message today is, when you are put in a position wherever you are, being a Christian, you are meant to be a representative of God. So the moment you go astray, you're actually misrepresenting God, like David. Because when people started judging God, saying, oh no, God is not a just God because he made Saul die for a sin that was better than that was less than David's, but he let David live. So whenever you are put in a position that God puts you, you should always remember that you are representing God. Your actions has an image that it gives about the God you are representing. And also, another thing is, David did not die because he confessed his sins. So whenever you do, like whatever the sins you have, this record was put for us to know that whatever the depth of your sins are, you can still confess them to the Lord, and he is faithful and just to forgive. Bye.